Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinh Province. Ladies and gentlemen, TayNinh Province had chosen 2023 as the key years to focus on promoting the province's digital transformations in all fields, especially concentrating on breakthrough solutions to effectively building and exploiting digital data.
At the recently promulgated Plan for Digital Transformation and Cyber Information Security in TayNinh Province in 2023, the Provincial Appeals Committee has set goals and solutions to promote digital transformation, in which 100% of administrative procedures are strive for meeting the requirements of the law to be provided throughout the province. 100% of online public services are integrated into the National Public Service Portal. The rate of online public services generating online dossiers reaches 90%. 100% of the administrative procedure handling department at commune and district levels, and the Provincial Public Administration Service Center have a department to support and guide people to use online public services and online utilities.
In recent years, the fight against corruption has been paid attention and promoted by TayNinh Province. The Provincial Steering Committee for Corruption and Negative Phenomena Prevention and Control has fully implemented and grasped the viewpoints, policies, objectives, and orientations in accordance with the directions of the Central Steering on Corruption Prevention and Control. Especially, the contents of the conclusions are very specific in each period, in specific conditions and situations, in order to have appropriate guidance in the local conditions.
In the period from 2018 to the end of 2021, TayNinh Province Procedural Agency has handled and resolved 25 cases with 59 accused of corruption, mainly embezzlement of property, abuse of position and power while performing official duties, in which the crime of embezzlement accounted for 76% of the total prosecution cases, focusing on the following areas: administrative agencies, non-business units, education, healthcare, and justice. The total amount of corruption and loss was determined to be nearly 11 billion Vietnam dong. In many cases, nearly 2 billion Vietnam dong was lost. In 2022, the results of investigation, prosecution, and trial of corruption cases within the scope of monitoring and management of ministries, branches, and localities have prosecuted 5 cases, 13 accused, first instance trial of 9 cases, 15 defendants, appellate trial of 4 cases, 9 defendants. Disciplinary action against 3 leaders for corruption. Criminally handled 1 leader for corruption. 4 leaders were being examined for criminal responsibility for the crime of lack of responsibility causing serious consequences. Currently, TayNinh is monitoring for corruption cases in the area that are not under the management of the Provincial Appeals Committee, in which 1 case has been tried. In the morning of March 16, the survey team of the Provincial Appeals Council, led by Ms. Nguyễn Thị Chi, Deputy Head of the Legal Department of the Provincial Appeals Council, had a working session with TayNinh General Hospital and Châu Thành District Medical Center on the results of implementation of the resolutions of the Provincial Appeals Council issued from the beginning of the term of 2021-2026. The working session focused on the content of Resolution number 47 in 2022 of the Provincial Appeals Council on policies to attract human resources, support training, high-quality fostering, civil servants, public employees, and medical staff of TayNinh health sector. Accordingly, until the Provincial Appeals Council has had specific policies on attracting and supporting the training and fostering of high-quality human resources. In fact, the human resources of the province in general and of the Provincial General Hospital, Châu Thành District Health Center in particular, are still lacking compared to regulations. The number of specialized doctors who have been trained and improved professionally is still small. The ratio of nurses compared to doctors is still low. There is a shortage of supporting staff such as drivers and technical staff, making it difficult to take care of patients comprehensively. Through monitoring and listening to opinions from the units, the survey team of the Provincial Appeals Council has better understood the problems and shortcomings of the 2 units. The delegation will observe and synthesize recommendations and will work directly with relevant agencies to promptly amend, supplement, and have policies to remove difficulties and obstacles in the process of implementing resolutions.
Continue the program with audio information. The Odeon, the 41st National Television Festival, the rich festival of those who work in television industry around the country, has officially opened in Haiphong City. The opening ceremony will have in the evenings of March 13 with the attendance of the Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang.
After 2 years of suspension due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the 41st Television Festival promised to be a memorable festival, a place to meet and share, exchange experiences, and hone expertise with television workers. It is also the festival with the largest number of registered works, with more than 700 works in 11 genres. In addition, it also expanded the video genre on digital platforms, adding the categories of TV skits and music videos. Some regulations were also adjusted to match the current reality of television production. TayNinhTV radio and television station participated in the festival with in the categories thematic program, reporters, short reporters, ethnic minority language TV program, talk show, and video on digital platforms. In the afternoon of March 15, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired and gave important orientations at the National Conference on Tourism in 2023. He posed a series of questions that are the current bottleneck of Vietnam's tourism sector for delegates to discuss and find answers. Assessing the development results of the tourism sector in 2022, Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism Nguyễn Văn Hùng said that the domestic market has a fast and strong recovery. In particular, Tây Ninh is one of the localities with a strong breakthrough in the tourism sector in 2022 and early 2023, with the number of tourists to the province reaching nearly 2 million tons, tourism revenue reaching over 800 billion Vietnam dong, more than double over the same period. However, the number of international visitors to Vietnam has not been as expected. Vietnam's post-COVID-19 tourism recovery index has only reached 18%, the lowest in the region. This is the limitation that the conference participants focus on analyzing and discussing proposing solutions. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính pointed out that in 2023 and in the coming time, entry and exit barriers due to COVID-19 will be eliminated. This not only brings many opportunities and advantages, but also poses a number of difficulties and challenges, especially in the competition between our country and other tourism markets. He also posed a series of questions related to making full use of different potentials, outstanding opportunities, competitive advantages of each locality and region, as well as assessing the subjective causes that make tourism not really have a breakthrough. The Prime Minister emphasized that tourism cannot develop without culture, nor can tourism thrive if the entertainment sector does not develop in a healthy and sustainable manner. This places a responsibility on the government, ministries, sectors, associations, businesses, and people to develop tourism seamlessly with other fields. Recently, at the branch of Quảng Ngãi Aerofood Joint Stock Company, Tân Châu Tapioca Stock Factory, the Provincial Appeals Committee held a drill to respond to provincial chemical incidents in 2022 with a hypothetical situation of fire and explosion of propylene oxide during the operation of the waste stock production line. The drill aims to assess the ability to respond to chemical incidents that may occur in the production and business process, minimize the risk of environmental crisis, and protect people's health. In the hypothetical situation, as soon as there is a fire incident, timely response plans evacuate workers, mobilize forces and means on the spot to quickly respond to emergencies according to the motto for on the spot, on-site command, on-site forces, on-site vehicles, and on-site logistics. Accordingly, after performing for on the spot, the branch of the company quickly informed the fire prevention and rescue police, the medical force, the People's Committee of Tân Châu District to request support. Immediately after receiving the news, Tangzhou Fire and Rescue Police team arrived at the scene. In the face of a complicated situation, Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Peace Committee, head of the Steering Committee for Response to Chemical Incident of the province, quickly mobilized forces, means and departments of the province, according to the provincial level coordination plan, to participate in the rescue. After nearly 1 hour with close coordination of local units, the fire was completely extinguished and toxic gas did not release. The rescue took place according to the plan. From detecting incidents, announcing, marking, zoning, evacuating, coordinating with units related to fire prevention and fighting, health and environmental remediation. Although it is a hypothetical situation, during training, the members also work very hard to achieve today's success. I also hope that in the coming time, our members will also try to learn some more skills in the process of overcoming incidents related to chemical fires and explosions, so that when situations occur, we closely coordinate and minimize the damage to material as well as to the people. The real has lessons from the coordination, administration and direction of the Chemical Incident Response Steering Committees of the units, from their proposed solutions to organize effective implementation for the prevention and response to chemical incidents in the province.
Ladies and gentlemen, running is a popular sport that is increasingly being chosen by sport lovers to exercise. With Lê Trọng Nghĩa, a real runner in TayNinhTV, he wanted more than that. At 3 p.m. on March 14, Mr. Nghĩa started jogging to conquer 200 kilometers from Tây Ninh to Ho Chi Minh City and vice versa. Both challenges his limits and calling for support for the volunteer kitchens, which his team has established and maintains for many years at the Mai Ngang shelter in Gò Dầu district.
For Lê Trọng Nghĩa, running is a passion. He cherishes the desire to do something meaningful with the community, and he made this journey with excitement and a little thrill. I want to test my limits. Secondly, I want to this run to call for every support to Mai Ngang shelter in Cẩm Giang, Kham Muộn, Gò Dầu district, Tây Ninh province. My running group in Tây Ninh has volunteer cooking activities. When I came to this shelter, I knew many difficult situations. My goal today is 200 kilometers. I try to complete the goal and call on everyone to join hands to support the shelter. Knowing his intentions, the team members enthusiastically supported him, especially preparing the necessary conditions to support and accompany him throughout the long journey. I know it has been cherished in his mind for a long time. I believe in him. One thing is that his will is very strong, and I wish he accomplishes well. In the afternoon of March 14, at the campus of the TayNinh Holiday, members of TayNinh Runners Group gathered to encourage the spirit of warm-up and relay running with him. With this extremely meaningful action during this 200-kilometer journey, Mr. Nghĩa was not alone. He always had a companion to support him. I come here to support Mr. Nghĩa with water, slumpers, and if he feels muscle fatigue, I will massage him to support him to run this 200-kilometer distance. I ran to Xuyên Á Củ Chi Hospital to Cầu Bông, then return to TayNinh City with the distance of about 150 kilometers and 50 more kilometers. I will go around Baden Mountain and will finish at the Holiday. Another special thing is that March 15 is the day Lê Trọng Nghĩa turns 40 years old. He wants to mark the day he's present in the world with this very meaningful age, which in his way is doing useful things for life, bringing fuller and warmer meals to the elderly, and orphans at Mai Ngang shelter. With solid footsteps, he's still continuing his journey and continuing to spread the good things in this life.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thanks for being with us and see you next time.